So just the other day, I came across a meme on social media. Perhaps you did as well. It's a conversation between God and the angel Gabriel, and it goes like this. God says, Gabriel, have you finished setting up future events for the 2020s? Gabriel replies, well, yes, God, I have. Well, wait, did you say 2020s as in plural, the decade? God replies, of course, what else would I mean? Gabriel says, oh, I thought you meant 2020, the year. God says, you mean you put a decade worth of history in 1 year, Gabriel? And Gabriel says, yeah, I did. God says, well, geez. Isn't that striking, that meme? Thank God for creativity and the gift of humor, right? Certainly humor can help us navigate rough waters and offer some lightheartedness in such heavy times such as these. And there's certainly some truth here. It does feel like there is a lot, too much in fact, going on and crying out for our attention these days, weeks and months. There's so much that we're holding and we don't quite know what to do with it all. That, as this meme suggests, we want to hand it over, give it over to God, put it on to God, and in fact, even blame God for all of it. But that would be too easy. And in fact, paint an image of God that is not the God revealed in and through Jesus, that is not the God of our faith. And yet, when we're honest with ourselves, sometimes it is an image of God out of which we operate. And in the end, it takes the responsibility away from us and can often prevent us from tending to the real issues at hand, the real work that we're called to do and to be about. For if we really reflect on it, while yes, we've been increasingly isolated, we've been wearing masks and practicing at least 6 feet of social distancing so as not to be exposed to COVID-19, we have been isolating, we've been wearing masks, and we've been distancing ourselves much longer than mid-March of 2020. Perhaps it's the experience of this global pandemic of being forced to go and stay inside that has exposed us and heightened our awareness to the many viruses that we've been passing on to each other for quite some time. We see this play out in our gospel for today's great feast of St. Teresa, in Jesus' encounter with the Samaritan woman, an encounter that, according to the custom of Jesus' time, should not have happened, where physical, social distance much greater than 6 feet would have been the norm, because of both gender and cultural or ethnic backgrounds between Jews and Samaritans. Yet Jesus challenged that norm. In fact, showed that that system was a result or a symptom of a virus of fear, a fear of encountering the other, of encountering difference, of encountering diversity. Yet Jesus reveals in this encounter that underneath all of it, that deep down in the well of the human heart is a common and shared thirst for living water, for everyone, no exceptions and no exclusions. Teresa of Avila helps to shed a particular light on this, as she shows us that it is not coincidental that when we go inside of ourselves, when we stay at home with ourselves, there we will encounter things that we do not like, even distractions, deceptions, ways we have fooled ourselves and others. Think of the mansions or dwelling places of the interior castle here, and the imagery that she uses when one first goes inside. Snakes, vipers, poisonous creatures that even reappear as one goes deeper still, that are often at play. All images of fear. We might now call them viruses, assumptions, biases, prejudices that underlie what we know, how we know, and what we think we know. of ourselves, of others, of even God, that have created systems, structures, even castles that direct and affect relationships, how we relate, and with whom we relate, all of which block us and prevent us from being moved by the Spirit of God that St. Paul talks about in his letter to the Romans, from seeing the true image and imprint of God, not only within ourselves, but within our neighbor and with all of creation. Could it be that Teresa on this day and these months of 2020 shows us that we still have an opportunity here to go deeper still and deeper together? That we are just at the beginning or surface of an invitation to stay at home, to go within our common home, to stay with the practice of communal shared interiority, to cooperate in the work of God, to get at the root causes, both individually and corporately, of the ways we isolate and distance ourselves from one another and from injustices that further perpetuate such things as racial injustice and prevent us from truly encountering the God of transforming love, a love that pierces, that's on fire, that wants to burn down and dismantle such false images and castles. May this be what the year 2020 is now known for.